Most people in America are familiar with what is and isn't their lawful right to think about, or know about, or participate within. And let's face it, there are boundaries that every human being has for their life. There are boundaries you put in the future of your life so that you don't have problems in life. There are boundaries that I put on my life that says I'm not going to go there with you because I don't care to. It's not a part of my life plan. It's not a part of my career plan. It's not a part of my income plan, and I don't have to provide you who is providing my revenue. What I do have to do is pay taxes at the appropriate time, presuming I've made enough to honor the tax system. If I haven't made enough because of indigency, well, that's a different situation, and that's on my life. But when people attack a life, ruining records, developing diseases of the mind, of thinking they have rights to be in power and slave owners of a human being in America, we have a real problem. You see, information trafficking is on the rise. People are playing person-to-person games, person-of-interest games, taking the concepts of Dungeons and Dragons and gaming concepts out into the community. The board games are becoming live games from people coming in from overseas and down under. And what I have to tell you is Americans are not prepared for this, nor are we tolerant of this. Any mature human being knows the rules of life. The rules of life are you provide for yourself, you provide for your children if you're responsible, and you take your accountabilities in life. You are fully accountable for the processes of your job and employment. You are fully accountable for the things you say, the words you speak, and the attitudes and the actions you take. Now, if I have an attitude of I hate police, that's because of their behavior towards my life. We have a famous author who has written a famous book called Bulletproof. And what she says is everyone lies. In my opinion, I think that most people are honest. But I also believe that every human being across the world has information they do not disclose. Mistakes they've made, they've decided that they learned a lesson from and didn't need to be talked about again. Then there are others who use those lessons that they learned and they share them with other people to help those people from having failures in their life. We have a lot of authors that do that regularly. It's what we do on television. It's what we see on the morning news shows that are becoming more edutainment than actual news broadcasts. But every news broadcast even has a weatherman like Al Roker who's out there to give us the facts of life, that today it's pouring rain and Champagne is absolute truth. And as a homeless person, where do I get to go in the rain? When companies or their employees, more importantly, are so immoral about what is and isn't honoring God. You see, when I honor God, I purchase my food where God leads me to buy it, what He leads me to purchase, so that my body has the right energy or my needs are met on the cellular level. When you purchase food, you might do it based off cravings or ideas you've seen, and that's why we put cereal boxes at low levels in grocery stores, so children see them and want them. We've known that in advertising psychology for a long time. We also know that the colors of vehicles have a meaning to people, and there are certain types of colored vehicles that produce different types of behaviors. We also know that there are people who like to put balloons up in a restaurant that are unwise to do so because of how heat rises and it can pop a balloon. These are the challenges of life. In America, we have rights, and the balloon you heard pop did cause a problem in that it does cause consternation because people have to clean that shit up. But here's the reality. It's great that you want to celebrate life, but are you celebrating your life, or are you using your life to harm other people's lives? If you're participating in information trafficking, if you're selling people's information of they came to the store, they bought these items, then you are participating in the slave trade. At no time do you have the right to talk about someone's purchases unless they're talking to you about the possibility of making the purchase. That is what's called qualifying the customer. It is what a salesman's job is to do, is to listen to the needs and wants and desires of a human being who's brought to provide you and your company discretionary income to make